spin, sit, speak. It's not quite what I'm looking for. That's not quite it, but we'll take it. Oh my God, I think she bit me. Hello, happy, I was gonna say Thursday. It is in fact not Thursday, it is in fact Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna take you with me on today's journey. Why'd I say it like that? I don't know what's going on. Are you serious? Was that not enough? It wasn't even your usual scheduled treato time. She typically, okay, that's not a mark, it's her nose being wet. Because it was wet out there. Yeah, she don't have any just restrictions. She doesn't have any restrictions in terms of like how often we'll give her food or whatever. We actually have her free fed, her kibbles out there. She's very skinny. Look at this little waist. Little waist, so small. And she doesn't have a high interest in food. She's more excited about exercise compared to treats, but we do usually just give her treats before we leave the house, whenever we're like trying to get her to practice tricks. And we've discovered that there is a new habit formed of her expecting a treat whenever I'm about to shower, which I'm about to shower. So I think that's what's going on, but like I just gave her one. You saw it. Why is she back? Kyla, what's up? What are you looking at the ground for? You being suspicious? You're being suspicious. You're a cutie. Okay, anyway, I guess we're on the ground now. What was I gonna tell you? Oh, so I'm gonna take you with me today. I have some work to do today. It is Tuesday, so like work week, what? It's a weekday, it's a school night. What? And I actually have something fun. Oh, I just got this off of her side. We're in shedding season, so okay, I'm gonna put that on the count. I have a hair appointment, so I wasn't sure if I wanted to wash my hair or not. I'm gonna wash it because this is day 3 hair. I usually wash my hair every other day, so I'm gonna wash it today and it'll be re-washed again later today when I'm at my hair appointment. That'll be super fun. But yeah, my work shouldn't be too long or too hard today. Okay, bye. Sassy thing. Yeah. I don't know, you're about to see it. I am a consultant registered dietitian nutritionist, so I go to a variety of different hospitals, and it's kind of like it's not an as needed thing, but it's like I don't full-time work at a single facility. We have contracts with different buildings, so the place I'm going to today, I just need to basically spend an hour or 2 or maybe 3 to meet with the patients that they currently have. Whenever I checked last night, they only had 5, so that's fun. And most of them weren't at nutrition risk, or I've already spoken with them. So there's not going to be a lot for me to do. I technically don't have anything at all due today because I did enter some notes, some assessments last evening. I was supposed to go to this building yesterday as well. Nothing was technically due for me then either, but I still did all that charting, which I'm forgetting like what the point of what I'm saying is. So, okay, I was supposed to go yesterday, but if you saw the video from yesterday, I had another workplace I went earlier in the day, and I was feeling super duper migraine-y and awful. And when I was leaving building number 1 to go to this place, I was like, I can't go to this place. I am done. So I went home, had some dinner, and then checked in remotely in the evening, knowing that I was going to be going in today. So nothing was actually due. There was one follow-up that I needed to just enter a note on based on the time frame thing, but I was going to actually meet with them today. Just had to enter a note by yesterday. I don't know if that makes any sense. But yeah, nothing was technically due. There were some new admissions that I had to assess by, I think, today or tomorrow, but I entered those notes on them already. So I'm going to attempt to meet with all of them and give them all education today, but technically based on my follow-up protocol, whenever I've entered a note, I assign a risk level and then like I follow up with them in X amount of days based on their nutrition risk. So technically, based on that guideline, no one is due to be seen today. But I do intend on speaking with everyone I didn't get to that I entered a note on yesterday. Are we together? Are we on the same page? I don't know. Why am I still on the ground? I don't know. Can you hear the kibble being eaten? She's having breakfast. Again, we free feed her. She usually only eats like in the evening because I give her homemade food every evening around dinner time because she's spoiled and I love her. She's not, I mean, I think all dogs should be spoiled, but I do always give her a homemade dinner. And I feel like once she eats some of that food, it sparks her appetite and she's like, oh yeah, I have more food to eat. So then she'll eat all of her kibble. But sometimes she'll eat in the morning as well. And I think it's the same thing, honestly. Like I just gave her that treat and she's like, wait a minute, I could eat. I think that's what's going on. That's the theory. I actually probably need to refill that bowl. It was pretty empty last time I walked by. She's about to probably clear it out. So yeah, those are the plans. Yeah, so I have to go to that place, talk to those people, and then I have a hair appointment. I need to double check because I kind of forget what time that's scheduled for. I don't know, but yeah, I just am gonna be getting highlights. I forget if it's a full or a partial. I can never keep track. We'll talk about it later. You'll see it later. I'm cold. I'm cold and I don't want to shower because I don't like showering. And I already had to brush my teeth today, and I don't like brushing my teeth. I don't like, I have ADHD, and one of the main things that I've really noticed is tied within that ADHD brain is the like pure hatred and avoidance of any, well, not really truly avoidance, but wanting to avoid any hygiene task at all. Like I hate doing it, and it feels like a nuisance to have to do these things. But I begrudgingly do them every single day. Like I was just talking to my fiance about this recently. Brushing my teeth, I hate doing it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. But I also have a water pick that I use every evening. Like instead of floss, a water pick. I'm gonna get off the ground. Yeah, I have a water pick, and every single night, I swear to you, every single night, I'm like doing my little electronic toothbrush thing, and I start talking myself into like, oh, I don't need to do the full 2 minutes. Like, I don't need to do that. I could cut it short. It's totally fine. And then I'm like, Casey, no, you have to do the 2 minutes. So then I do the 2 minutes. Like, I have to convince myself every single time. And additionally, I'm always looking at my water pick as I'm brushing my teeth. I'm like, I don't really need to do that. Like, I can skip that. I don't need to do it. Like, I can skip it just this one time, you know, like, that's not important. But then I'm like, Casey, no, you have to do the water pick. So like try to make it mindless where it's like while I'm brushing my teeth, I'm turning on the water, I'm filling up like the water container situation. So then it's like, I have to like just keep going through the motions. I hate doing it, and I hate showering, and I hate going to the bathroom. I've given myself many a UTI. Can you see? What is she doing? Did you run out of kibble? Do I need to check on it? Is that what happened? Oh my God, you did. You ate all your food. Such a good girl. So good eating your food. Okay, I don't know why I'm talking like, I mean, it's the baby voice. You need to dry off your nose. I don't like this spot. Dry off the nose. Okay, I'll get her more kibble. She has somewhat recently discovered that all of her things, oops, are in this closet, which I think is why she's demanding treats whenever I shower, because it's in this room, and she's like, wait a second, my stuff's in here. So I'm gonna give her some kibble. I don't remember what I was in the middle of talking about. Oh, hygiene. I don't like doing it, but I'm about to do it, so I'll see you later. The girls are fighting. She's been begging and pleading to go outside and lay down on her rug, which she already did do, BT dubs. I already did let her do that for a while, but then I heard yard work happening. I heard some yard work. They're mowing, and technically, I'm not allowed to have her on a tie-out outside, which understandable, totally fair. However, have they ever had a husky? Because I can't keep her in this house. She does not thrive being locked indoors. So I had to bring her in, and also they're mowing the yard. Like, I don't want her getting in the way or like any risk or whatever, but she's yelling at me. She's calmed down now to act like she's a good girl while she's on camera, but anyway, the girls are fighting, like I said. I'm doing my makeup. Oh, I'll show you what I'm wearing. Oh my god, hold on. Why am I speaking like that? What's happening? Oh, let me close this. I love this tank top. It's like a lace overlay and it has this nude thing underneath, and then I have this matching two-piece suit set thing, and I'm gonna just wear some like brown slip-on slide things. However, I don't want to wear this to my hair appointment. It doesn't feel like the vibe for the hair appointment. Also, I need to do anything with my hair? It's still wet, it's drying, but here's the situation. As it dries, it's gonna be like kind of straight, but kind of not straight. Am I holding this right? Am I? What? She's trying to direct me somewhere. Kyla, they're literally mowing. Can you not hear it? Oh my gosh, I got out her bucket of toys to hopefully motivate her to pick one of them up. She does not play with her toys. We've had to stop buying toys, even though I want to buy her fun toys, but she doesn't play with them. So I took it out of its shelf to motivate her to grab something. What? Which, must I say, it did work. But she just grabbed out another bone that she chewed on for 2 seconds and now doesn't care about anymore. Can you chill? Once the mowing stops, I'll let you if we're still here, okay? Goodness gracious. See, this is what I'm talking about. I can't keep her in this house. I'll have to just hear her scream nonstop. Okay, anyway. On its own, the hair will dry like kind of straight, kind of weird wavy, which is fine. But I might feel shame going into the hair salon with like kind of undone hair. We'll decide later. I'm gonna finish on my makeup and try to tune out this girl yelling at me. That's what we're gonna do. I changed. I don't know, I was doing some math. I'm so behind today. I'm kind of giving myself some grace because I know I don't have a lot of work to do today, and yesterday I felt so terribly. So we are taking the day slow, but it's almost 10. I think my hair appointment's at 1 p.m. and luckily it's relatively close to my work site, but I was kind of running the numbers. And if I were theoretically to get to work at 10, and it takes me roughly 2 hours, I'm just guesstimating, I don't know that it would actually take that, but there's additional things I could work on that could fill up some more time. Like I need to do a sanitation inspection walkthrough of the kitchen by the end of the month, so I could do that today. And I need to do some menu adjacent stuff. We'll talk about that if I have to do that. If I don't have to do that, I'm not gonna talk about it because I hate it. So like there are extra tasks on top of trying to meet with the patients. I also usually have a scheduled 2 p.m.-ish nutrition group education session where I round up the patients and we like sit down in the group room and chat about healthy eating, and they get to ask me whatever they want, and it's actually very fun. But I won't be there at 2 p.m. because my hair appointment's at 1. I did already give them the building warning that I'm going to be unavailable for that time slot this week. No one usually reads my report summaries, so I don't know if they know that, but they should. So I am going to offer to try to do it at a different time slot during the time I'm there earlier today, or at least put in some documentation for my one-on-one education sessions and kind of dual purpose it as my assessment and like a one-on-one group notes. Like we'll chat about whatever I end up doing, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Or I might just not do it if they don't care. You know, it's whatever. I know that the building's going through some change because the like activity director, the person who used to be in charge of like scheduling and running most of the groups and assigned some of them, so like the one that was assigned to me, they aren't with the company anymore, and that was sudden to me. I wasn't there when whatever happened, or like whenever they left, or if it was planned, or if like something happened, I don't know. But I haven't really figured out who I need to talk to specifically to make sure that the schedule is still fine. So it's not a big deal right now, because technically the time slot that I've been consistently doing still works. It just doesn't happen to work today. So that's that on that. But yeah, I ended up changing because I was kind of running the numbers. I'm like, if I got there at 10 and I worked till noon, then like I kind of have time. I think I haven't looked at how long the drive between work and the hair place actually is. I don't really know, but like that doesn't leave me a lot of extra time. So I decided, let me instead change into an outfit that I wouldn't mind wearing to the hair place. So that's what I did. So here's the outfit. So yeah, I don't know. I think I feel weird in the two-piece suit thing. I think it feels weird to me, and also I wasn't loving the way that the lace, even though I love that tank top, I wasn't loving the way it looked on me, because like there was just like weird, like made me look like I had a belly, okay? And I got a belly a little bit. I actually need to weigh myself. I always forget that my scale exists, but I've gone on 2 trips already this year, which is weird. But oh yeah, I opened the window, can you see? And I moved her chair. Look at that dog. Hold on, we're gonna go look at the dog. I moved Kyla's chair and I opened the window so she could look out. And she's happy about it, yes. I think they're probably done mowing now, so I might let her out in a little bit, but she's thriving. Look at that girl. She's so cute. She's so cute, I'm gonna die. I literally don't remember what I was saying. Oh, there's something, I don't know. Okay, wait, the scale and needing to check my weight. I forget that my scale exists, period. I just don't remember it's there. I go blind to almost everything. Again, I think it's the ADHD brain. Like, I just am not aware of my surroundings, okay? I'm just not aware of them. I'm constantly surprised by the world I live in and all that. So, I forget the scale exists, but I've gone on 2 trips this year. The first one was a week in Cancun with my family, and that was in February, which was super duper fun. Then I was sick after that for like what felt like an entire month. It was between 2 and 4 weeks that I was sick. And I realized after I checked my weight randomly in sometime in there, I had lost like 5-ish pounds, which isn't insanely significant, but I wasn't expecting it because I've been very stable for a while. Like I did kind of pursue very passively some weight loss because around the shutdown 2020 era, I gained a ton of weight because I was no longer active. I was just sitting at home and eating takeout and fast food and all this stuff nonstop, and I gained a lot of weight, and I realized it one day. I'm like, oh my god, what happened? And then I just tried to move back toward my normal routine, activity level and diet wise. Like I didn't do anything drastic. I was just like, oh, maybe I should be more conscious of my choices. And I very slowly lost weight to get to my more normal body weight range, and then I've been pretty stable since I hit around like a certain threshold, which has been great. And I'm still passively interested in weight loss because I used to be at a smaller weight. I know that I'm an adult now, so my high school body is I was too skinny in high school, but my high school body is very different than my adult body. But I was passively interested in weight loss, but I'm not doing anything about it. But I had lost 5 pounds, and I think it was probably between the trip and being sick for freaking forever. But then I was like, hey, I'm probably gonna get back up those 5 pounds that I lost because I'm back to my normal things. I'm not doing anything different. But then I checked my weight again and like a month later, and it was still the lower weight, and I'm like, that's weird. So anyway, I don't really know what to do about that. But then my second trip, which was more recent, I went to Florida with my fiance's family, a little less than a week, and I ate so freaking badly the whole time, and I feel like my appetite has just been really high for the last several weeks. Like I'm a bottomless pit. I can't stop eating. I'm craving sweets, and it's fine. Like I'm not very harsh with myself about that. Like it's okay, and if I did gain some weight because of those choices lately, like I'm back to where I was before, and I was fine with that place. But anyway, why am I talking about this? Oh, I have a belly. I don't have much of a belly, but I had a little bit of a belly, so it's fine. But I wasn't loving the way I looked in that outfit, so I changed. And here we are. I've changed. I'm out of breath. But okay, back to, not that I really want to talk a lot about weight because I don't really care. It's interesting. Okay, sorry, this angle is probably like very like millennial, like very my scene, but my arm's tired, so I'm resting it on something. I just remembered I had a really weird dream where I was like specifically doing like the millennial like pose, you know, the group pose. That was weird. Okay, what am I talking about? What am I talking about? Oh wait, I really want to start running with my dog. I did start running with her in the morning. So we always go on, it used to be 3 walks a day. I don't know what happened, but I've only been really giving her 2 walks a day lately. I'd like to change that and go back to 3. But I did start doing my first walk of the day as a run instead. And I did that for a good portion of last year, but around the holiday season, of course, like between traveling and like it being strictly just too cold to like have the proper running wear and everything, and I'm just like not equipped for that, I dropped the habit and I haven't been able to pick it back up. And I've been thinking a long time, like I want to start doing it again. But the last 2 mornings I've been outside and I've been wearing my winter coat, but I'm like, I probably could get away with something a little bit lighter. And I've been thinking, ooh, this would be a good morning to run. So I think we're ready. Unfortunately, I need to wear a sports bra and I keep going without in my morning walk because I'm bundled up anyway, so I'm like, whatever. But anyway, I think we're gonna start running soon. I felt migraine-y already yesterday morning and I wasn't like fully conscious of it until after the morning walk and everything. But today I didn't have really a great excuse because I feel fine. I just didn't wear the proper clothing to do a run instead. So I think it's time to build that habit. I'm excited. Stay tuned. We're gonna work on that. But yeah, that would theoretically promote a little bit of weight loss, or at least keep me within that lower body weight range. I don't know. Anywho, I think we're not gonna do anything with my hair. I'm gonna go ahead and brush it, and I don't know, maybe it'll just make the like before and after a little more dramatic when my texture is a little bit funky because I didn't actually do my hair today. It's funny because it's always like I'm really happy after my hair appointment, like, oh, I look so fresh and wonderful, my hair's beautiful, and then I kind of actually look at it later, I'm like, does it even look any different? Because I've been doing the same thing for so long. It's just gonna be like a little brighter, a little higher. That's the change that we're gonna see. It's not gonna be that serious, but anyway. Okay, what time is it now? I've rambled a while, so it's a little after 10. I do have a video I wanted to edit before I left today, but I think I should just probably get going. Oh, I also wanted to, okay, I really planned on being here before my hair appointment because I plan on eating some leftover pizza for lunch, but I do have a lunch already packed for work because yesterday I had my lunch packed, and while I was at the building, they're like, I don't think you want your packed lunch. I think you want a taco salad because that's what we're serving. And I'm like, I think you're right. Because then I was walking around the building and seeing all the staff with their lunches, like with the taco salad, and it smelled so good. So I ended up having a taco salad and it was delicious. Too much sour cream, but that was my own fault because I put it on there. But it was fabulous and wonderful and delicious. So I didn't eat my packed lunch, so I still have yesterday's packed lunch in my lunch bag. So I will be bringing that instead of having my leftover pizza, which is fine actually because my leftover pizza is crazy. It's funny, I was just talking about like passively wanting some weight loss. I'll have to put a picture on the screen. So like Little Caesars. There's a Little Caesars here in the place I live, in the like city, town. I don't really know where I live, what it qualifies as, but they recently brought back the pretzel crust. Delicious. I'm disgusting, okay? I get the one with the cheese sauce, like the nacho cheese sauce, instead of the marinara. And then like the regular cheese on top, and I love it. It's my favorite pizza I've ever had. Okay, I actually, oh, we're gonna ramble again. I have weird food preferences that aren't real food preferences, okay? So like I am not picky. I'm not a picky eater. I will eat almost anything. There's a few random things that I actually don't like to eat. Where did my throat just go? There's a few things I actually don't like to eat, but I don't have a lot of like severe preferences. So like I prefer not to have pickles, but I like pickled and vinegary things. So I'm kind of confused where that preference came from, and I want to kind of test that. I used to not like olives, but then I've tried to like start seeing if that's actually real, and I don't prefer olives, but now they've become one of the things that like I'll eat it. I just don't really prefer it. As a kid, I didn't like hot dogs, mac and cheese, or grilled cheese. And I still find myself wary of those foods, but I'm totally fine with mac and cheese now, which weirdly enough, whenever I was on a vegan diet for about 5 years in college and a little after college, whenever I had like a vegan mac and cheese, that's when I was like, wait, this is kind of good. And then I started liking mac and cheese. So that's when that changed, when I had vegan mac and cheese. But I still don't eat hot dogs. I don't like brats or anything. Like, I don't like any hot doggy things, and that's still true, and I won't eat those. I've had like a bite here and there, because again, I'm not like that picky. I'm not like gonna get sick. I just like don't want to eat it. But like literally as a kid, whenever there'd be like a birthday party and they would have like mac and cheese and hot dogs, I'm like, cool, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And I would have the most disgusting concoction. Every once in a while, the house would have like hamburgers as an alternative, and I would be like, can I please have a hamburger? And they would make me one. But whenever that wasn't an option, I would literally just have the bun, like the bread, with ketchup on it, which like that is nauseating to think about right now. Like I could get sick thinking about just having bread and ketchup. Ew, I don't even eat ketchup right now. Like, it's, again, I don't avoid it. I just don't like reach for it intuitively. But yeah, grilled cheese. My parents used to make grilled cheese and tomato soup a lot, but like my brothers would eat it. I wouldn't. I would have a grilled peanut butter and dip it in honey, and I still think that's fire, but I have eaten a grilled cheese here and there, so that's no longer a thing. So really the only like long-lasting thing is I don't eat pickles, although I want to test that, and I don't eat hot dogs or brats or stuff like that. But I have like this never-ending list of things that I think that I don't like, that I do like. Okay, like even yesterday with the taco salad. Oh good, they're not done mowing. I was starting to feel bad. I was feeling bad that I had her locked in, but they are still mowing. The taco salad. I think I don't like beef, like entirely. And I wonder if that's something that happened while I was vegan, because I'm like more disgusted by the thought of beef at that time specifically, but I still have carried that like preference. And whenever I think about eating beef, I'm like, ooh, but I like beef. I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, I like burgers. I make several like go-to recipes in this house are ground beef based. That's really loud. Aw, I just saw her like watching. Her ears are so expressive. Okay, so she knows there's a reason I've locked her away. Good. She can see it. Yeah, I like beef. I don't know why I think I don't. But another thing that is, I won't tell you all the things because this list is literally never ending, but I think I don't like red sauce. And I think there's a little bit of something actually to that, because I really genuinely prefer to not have red sauce. I don't really like spaghetti. I don't really like lasagna. That's also because I don't like sausage, theoretically. Like if it's a vegetarian lasagna, I'm like, yes, I'll take it. Especially if it's like just ricotta-y and like cheesy and doesn't have red sauce. I'm like, this is a great lasagna. There's one at the building I worked at yesterday that they make that, and that's my fave. Anyway, yeah, I don't like red sauce. So pizza's difficult because I think I don't like pizza because of the red sauce thing. So I usually get like an alternative sauce when I can, which is why the cheese thing, the nacho cheese, horrifying, very disgusting, but it's so good. I really like it. But I won't be eating that today for lunch because I have my lunch packed. I think I'm procrastinating. I think it's time to go to work. Oh, but I need to let her go outside and go potty first. Maybe I can do that quickly when the mower is far away. Oh, I gotta put on some perfume. Oh my god. Okay, wait. We're gonna ramble a little bit more, just a tad more. I am kind of new to the fragrance world. I have many a video about that. I will link the playlist about my fragrance nonsense and like scent sensitivity, because I'm scent sensitive. That's why I'm kind of new to this, because I thought that I would never like it, but I kind of do. Anyway, I'm having a hard time picking what fragrance I want to wear, because I have my favorite, and I think this is ultimately what I'm gonna pick. I love her. It's Maison Margiela Replica's Sailing Day, and it's very like kind of summery, watery. Like it smells like you're sailing. It's a sailing day. That's what it smells like, and it's so good. Oh, so I'm probably gonna wear that. But lately, it's like there's a little worm in my brain. Okay, I bought this when I first got into fragrance stuff because it was one of the things that was on my radar as like a not sweet florally thing, because that was one of the things I'm like, ooh, I hate those kinds of smells, and now I'm like exploring that. But I heard of this thing that smelled like a garden, like tomato leaves, not tomatoes, not like the fruit or anything, but like the leaves of a garden of tomatoes. And I was like, that sounds interesting, and I have that. It's also from the Maison Margiela Replica line. It's called From the Garden, I think. Yes, and it literally smells like a garden. but it's like really strong. But I wore it the other day and like my brain couldn't stop noticing it, which was kind of annoying because I'm like constantly thinking like perfume, perfume, perfume. But like it wasn't unpleasant. It was actually very fun, but I feel like it's a bit specific, and I don't think I want to wear it to work and to the hair salon, so I'm not gonna wear it. But I'm kind of getting a hankering for that smell, you know? It's kind of the time of year, I think. But we're gonna do sailing day today. I have a lot more here, but we're gonna do sailing day. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. I'll probably talk to you after work. Oh my god, it's really hot in this car. Much to talk about. So I think last time we chatted, I hadn't left for work yet. I have since gone to work, left work, done my hair appointment, and now I'm here. I, of course, as I do, was running really late. Not really late. I was running late. Work really flew by, and all of a sudden I looked at the clock. I'm like, I need to leave 3 minutes ago, actually. So I was here about 3 to 4 minutes late. It wasn't a big deal, luckily. Had to get straight here, walk right in, had my lunch on the go. It was a whole thing. I have a whole list of things to chit chat about, but I'm actually already starting to sweat and die because it's so hot in here. So I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna stop at the grocery store. I have a couple things I need to pick up, and then we'll get home and I'll chat with you there probably. Yeah. Hello. I'm partially outside because I just got home and we're having Kyla do her business. Oh my, somebody's walking by. Hold on. The person walked away. Now I'm sweating on the ground because I was trying to make Kyla come to me, but she's doing her business. I have a whole list of things to talk to you about. Let me get out of your yard. Oh my gosh. Such energy from you. Such energy. Come here. Good. I gotta get you off your little hook. I do. She's free. She's free. Yeah. Okay. Anywho, my whole list. So the first thing, yesterday I was sharing with you the song that was unfortunately stuck in my head all day because of my crazy ADHD brain just like playing it on a loop nonstop. I have another one for you. This morning I woke up already singing in my head. Oh, I'm gonna sing for you and it's gonna be awful. Take a falling star and put it in your pocket. Ba 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 ba. Couldn't think of that second line that I just did, the ba ba ba. Sang it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And about 20 minutes into getting ready for the day, I finally came up with the second line, I believe. Something like "Pray it never fades away" or something. I don't know. Why was that in my head? Where is that even from? Where's that even from? Okay, I think that was bullet point number 1. The second thing, I wanted to recap work with you, what I did today. So I went into, I forget what I've kind of prefaced the situation with, but I went into an inpatient psychiatric hospital. Pretty low census, like there weren't a ton of patients. I think there were a total of 6. And I had already charted on 5 of them either yesterday or recently. So none of them were technically due for assessment, but I hadn't given education to everybody yet. So I did review their situations and I spoke with some staff. And actually I did a group session. I usually do one every afternoon at this hospital, but I had to go to my hair, which, oh my God, look how pretty. I had to go to my hair appointment in the afternoon. So I did the group session in the morning instead. Whenever I arrived, I kind of looked at the schedule and they're like, you can do it right now. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I did it right then. And this is unusual. I feel like my groups are super hit or miss because usually like inpatient psych, they're not there for nutrition related concerns or have nutrition related issues to any degree typically. So they're not always very interested in the topic, or they are actively like recovering. Maybe they like need to catch up on sleep, or they're like feeling really unwell, they're detoxing, stuff like that. So sometimes they just aren't up to doing anything group wise. There's like stuff on me. And also I have a bad
trend of I feel like it's always nap time when I go to the hospital. Like all the patients are asleep. But the group situation worked out. Every single patient came to my group. So that was exciting. So I usually cover like general healthy eating. I have a My Plate handout. I'll put a little, okay, I didn't know where my dog was going, but I'll put the picture of the My Plate. This is like the eating template that is recommended, a healthy, balanced diet. And this is what I usually kind of default to talking about when A, I don't know what else to talk about, or B, I feel like I always come back to the My Plate because it's just like a really good foundation of like moving towards a healthy diet. So I usually cover this, and my handout walks through like each of the food groups to kind of explain like why they're important, how to make, you know, good choices for each food group, like tips and tricks and stuff like that. So I walked through all that, and unfortunately, even though everybody came to my group, not really anybody was very participatory, something like that. Like, there were a few people that were engaged, and I kept asking open-ended questions to get some feedback and like get a conversation going with the group. But it was just kind of like pulling teeth, which is fine. They all came, they were being respectful. They all listened, so that's fine. Like, I'm not upset about it at all, but yeah, it just wasn't very exciting. We didn't talk about a lot of exciting, fun things. Because usually, even though I have that My Plate thing that we cover in the group, I really try to make it like whatever's gonna work for the patients the best. Like, that's kind of my default thing to talk about, but if they're already familiar with that, we can skip through it, go through it really quickly, just focus on like how to put it in action. If they have specific questions about other nutrition related topics, we can totally go in that direction instead. But yeah, we mostly just did My Plate this time, which again, totally fine. So I ended up reviewing everybody. I had one patient that, I haven't talked about this patient yet. Basically, I won't go into a lot of detail, but she reports a lot of dietary like needs, has a lot of reported allergens that aren't actually listed as allergens, and she strictly follows a ketogenic diet allegedly, and allegedly has for 8 to 9 years. And I tried to like gauge, because that's not one of the diets that are like honored typically. Like, we don't order a keto diet for patients. It's not to my knowledge, it's not in our diet manual. Staff aren't educated in what the protocols to meet the criteria for a keto diet is. So I just typically leave them on regular, and then they are just kind of responsible for making whatever dietary choices at mealtime they want to. So, you know, whether that's opting to not have the grain starch situation and trying to have more of like the entree, like that's fine, but we don't have a diet order for keto patients unless there was a circumstance where a doctor had ordered them a ketogenic diet for like their epilepsy, right? So this person doesn't have epilepsy. So she has all these things going on. She also reports having IBS, and she didn't give me a list of foods she avoids for that, other than like she limits her dairy. So she just has a whole lot going on. I actually met with her on Friday, and we chit-chatted, and I tried to give her some education, but she wasn't like overly receptive to it, which understandable, because I can see where she's coming from. It's just like not what I would recommend her to be doing. Yeah, so I followed up with some of the staff about her plan of care. Like, I talked to people that were working in the kitchen to see what kind of foods they were offering her, like what kind of foods we have available in the kitchen, just to review and see if it was appropriate and like how I can help. I talked with like social services because I wanted to make sure that those, like the people in that department, specifically her assigned person, was aware of like what conversations I was having with her and like what my recommendations and observations were. And after I was talking to the social worker, social services employee, I never know exactly if I'm getting that title right. I don't know why. Whenever I was chatting with her though, I send a report summary to the building staff after every one of my visits for all of my hospitals. This one I send to like the doctor that sees all the patients. I send it to just all the like management basically, but there's nobody in the social services team that gets the emails, so they aren't getting the report summaries and seeing my observations each visit. So I got a list of names to start adding to my email summary reports. So I put in my email today like, hey, I added some people and like this is kind of what you can expect. Let me know if this list needs to change, because I don't want to like bombard you with emails. So that was fun. I added some of those things. Let's see, what else? Was there anything else fun to talk about for the work situation? Don't think so. And then like I told you earlier, I of course looked at the clock, realized I am late to my hair appointment, so I rushed off to my hair appointment. And I forgot to take my ADHD pill with lunch, so I had it like in the middle of my appointment with no food, which I was worried my stomach was gonna hurt because that's what I thought was supposed to happen, but I was fine. So maybe it was close enough to my lunchtime. I don't know. Oh yeah, while I was there, my boss, actually, I kind of share a hospital with her. She's been mainly going for like months now to the hospital, but I still have like login access and can help whenever she needs a little bit extra support. She asked me if I was able to do some remote charting, so I was like, yeah, I'll bring my laptop to my hair appointment. So I did a couple of notes, but it like took forever to get it going because it's been so long since I worked at this hospital that my password expired. So I was like, shoot, what I do? It wasn't giving me like an option to reset it. So I'm like, okay, I have to call the help desk. So I called the help desk, and the person, of course, it was like so loud because I was at the hair salon and everyone was blow drying at that moment, of course. But like I was talking to the person at the help desk, and I was like, hey, so I'm like, this is the situation. I'm trying to log into the electronic medical record system. I assume I just need my password reset. But then I don't know, maybe it's unusual to have remote access. Like I've always had it, but like he was acting like I wasn't going to be able to log into this stuff with my personal computer. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. But like, I just kind of stayed on the phone with him for like 15 minutes and it ended up working totally fine. So I don't know what that was all about. We just reset the password like I thought I needed to, but I don't even know if it was 15 minutes. I'll have to look at the call history, but it was like a really long time. And most of it, we're just sitting there silent because he's like, let me check some things on my computer. I'm like, what are you checking? Like, I understand. I was being fine with him. I wasn't like being annoyed and everything, but it was like, I don't know what was going on there. It was weird. But I did end up being able to do some of those notes. It was actually very easy once I got in, because my boss had already kind of reviewed these people and already had some ideas of what was going on. So I just kind of had to take that information and then make a formal nutrition assessment note and then tell her if there was anything I noticed that she needed to know about because she's at the hospital today. But yeah, that was fun. Then I went to the grocery store. Oh my God, let me show you what I got at the grocery store. Oh, first of all, I already opened this on the way home. The candy, the Easter candy was half off. So I was like, oh, these look fun. I don't think I actually like them. They're white and dark chocolate Easter sundae, something or other. Okay. So like, oh, I'll just flip the camera around so you can actually see what's happening. Yeah, so they're these, and like, I assumed it was like, I didn't look at it very long clearly. I didn't know it was gonna have white chocolate in all of them. So like it has the shell and then it has a layer of dark chocolate and then the inside's white chocolate. And I actually really don't prefer white chocolate. So I'm not like the biggest fan of these, but I had some of them on the way home. I also got some jelly beans. I love jelly beans. I'm all about like Easter candy. I was surprised there weren't any Peeps actually, because I would have bought some Peeps. I prefer like Jelly Belly jelly beans, but I do like Starburst. So I got one of those. This is all the candy I got. I was good otherwise. The reason I went to the store is because we needed to get berries. So my fiance, Dan, he has a cup of berries with his lunch every single day, and we had ran out last night because of just like where we were with our amount that we had left. So this is the reason I went to the store. I got some berries. I started off my journey in the makeup section, and I don't know, I just kind of picked this up on impulse because it reminded me of this e.l.f. palette I used to have, this little quad from e.l.f. I think it's called Rose Water. I'll try to put the picture on the screen so you know what the heck I'm talking about, but it reminded me of that palette with like the tones, and actually that palette was in the store, so I compared this and it was pretty spot on. But I felt like the not shimmery shades, the matte shades, had more versatility for what I'm looking for, and I had to get rid of that Rose Water palette. So I got this for fun. I don't have any like purpley eyeshadow. Like I mostly have nude and pinks right now. I don't have anything purpley. So I'm excited about that. Randomly impulse bought that. Then I actually was so intrigued because they reorganized the store. I was expecting the pet area to be near the grocery area, but they had moved it and it like majorly expanded. So there were a ton of pet items. I didn't go through all the aisles and stuff. Like there were so many aisles, like a quarter of the store was pet supplies. It was actually crazy. But I did notice, hello, this was just a random thing that was on clearance because I think they're trying to rotate it out. And I'm like, it doesn't seem like the best thing in the world for my dog, but like
sounds fun. So we're gonna try it. It was pretty cheap, so whatever. And then there was a random little clearance area that I saw this and I almost walked right by it, but this is a fragrance that's been on my radar for forever. So I was like, oh, maybe it was meant to be. And it wasn't even this price. It was actually marked down from this. So that was exciting. So I did not need more fragrance, but here we are. I didn't even see the bottle. Is the bottle ugly? Oh my God, is it off-centered? Oh my God, the sticker is off-centered. Oh, that's upsetting. That's awful. Why would they do that? Okay, well, that's all right. Let's sniff it though. Oh yeah, that's nice. I won't know until I like actually wear it on my body, and I don't own, obviously, the light blue fragrance, so I don't have a good frame of reference, but I just know from smelling it in store and like looking up the notes and everything that was something I wanted. So hopefully this is similar enough, and it was affordable. So that was what I bought at the store, you guys. That's what I got. So it is almost 5. I think I'm gonna walk my dog for a 3rd time and then start getting ready for dinner. I forgot to thaw any of our proteins, so I can't make any of the recipes I intended to make. Can't do that. So I have to make burgers, which is fine because we have buns. So like I was anticipating making burgers this week. I just didn't think it was gonna be today. I also, oh my God, this is random. We'll talk more about it tomorrow in the next video, but I forgot I agreed to like a work dinner, and there was an email reminding me of my work dinner, and that's tomorrow. And I was like, oh, so I got plans tomorrow I didn't know I had. So that means I will not be making one of my planned recipes because I'm gonna be not here. So that's random. Anyway, okay, I don't know what else I have to share with you. That might be about it, girlies. Remember to like and subscribe and all that nonsense. I forget if I filmed an intro. Okay, remember to like and subscribe. I'm gonna go film my intro now, and I will see you tomorrow.